Hi everybody, it is day 29 of VEDA and we are talking about our top 5 laminated lists. Um, well, it should be list, singular, but I've had volume problem with this one. Yeah, there, volume problem. It's like when I was trying to explain the TV shows and movies and I talked for 11 and a half minutes. I'm going to try to not do that this time. This is actually my second shot at this, to be honest. But the top 5 that if I were forced to laminate, would be laminated, because to be honest, it has kind of always been shifting and I'm always getting called out on that because I feel like this is a subject that comes up pretty often. But Dr. House, sexy, sexy, sexy voice, attitude, brain, delightful to look at, don't care how old he is, hot. Ted Mosby, and I know he's kind of earnest and lame, of this Ted Mosby of How I Met Your Mother fame, if you don't know him. Also known as, Josh Radnor in real life. But he's just so sweet, and he's made me love when boys wear long sleeve thermal shirts under t-shirts or button downs. That's really hot. Tip. Jim Halpert, he's like been on a lot of our lists, but Jim Halpert, especially the early office years when he was trying to woo Pam. I love him. And he was a local Boston boy, so he has that going for him too. God, he's cute. John Corbett. I love him. I used to think I just loved Aiden Shaw, but then I started watching United States of Tara, and he plays Toni Collette's husband on that, and he's so good. He's such a guy's guy, manly man, but sweet and hot, and very, very hot. And my last spot, I was going to say Gerard Butler, but I think it's still Justin Kirk, because he's super, super talented, and I love him in everything he does, especially Weeds lately. And yeah, he's a little different enough. Actually, they're all completely different. Clearly, my type is all over the place, but yeah. Sorry, Gerard Butler. You're really awesome and hot, and P.S. I love you, but I think my loyalty is going to be with Justin Kirk on this one. Yeah. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my top 5 girl crushes, because I run as that often where I'm like, you're really cute and pretty and sexy and smart and really super talented, and how can I be like you? No. How can we be best friends? How can we be best friends? I want to have a sleepover and we can braid each other's hair. And that's Mandy Moore, whose short haircut I just saw on Google Image a few minutes ago, and I kind of want it. Scarlett Johansson, Anne Hathaway, Zooey Deschanel, and Sarah Chalke. That was another hard one for me to really narrow down, but there it is. So, all 10 of you, call me. The other thing I want to mention is that as I was narrowing down my girl crushes, I had 2 on here that they're both on Brian's actual top 5 laminated list. Which is funny because I probably have more to worry about than he does in that case, since he's an actor and I suppose could legitimately meet and work with either of them someday. But they are Rachel McAdams and Mary Louise Parker, and they're so awesome that I'm okay with that. I still expect the sleepovers and the hair braiding, though. I mean it. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you tomorrow. I have to say I'm pretty sad. I was flipping through my Google Calendar to see what we had coming up these last few days, and I accidentally flipped to September 1st, and it was like no event scheduled, and I pouted. But see ya.